Don't you worry, don't you cry. I can promise it gets better in time. Keep your head up, keep your shine. Hold my hand up, it gets better in time.
Hi guys, I'm Ree. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, babe, hit the subscribe button because you're gonna want to stay. If you're returning, hey besties, it's so good to see you guys again. It's very early. I have the hiccups, but I have to get up because I have a hair appointment today, thank the Lord. But I don't want to rush my morning because like I just don't do great when I have to rush in the morning. So it's 5 a.m. right now. My appointment is not until 8 o'clock, so I have plenty of time. The hair salon is only like, it's less than like 20 minutes, I feel like, away from where I'm at. So I don't have to rush, but I want to like get up this morning and just like have a slow ease into my morning. And as I'm getting up, I'm going to be making my bed, which actually leads me to today's sponsor, which is Brooklinen. You guys already know if you are not new here, okay, because you should hear about them a lot because I love Brooklinen. They are my favorite luxury bedding company that provides high quality home goods to your house. I love Brooklinen because not only is it where luxury meets affordable, but they genuinely care that everyone is able to experience luxury within their home. It's so important to invest in quality sheets that are not only going to last long through multiple washes, but are going to get softer with each wash. And when I tell you, I've had Brooklinen sheets for over a year and they just get better and better and better. I think about it like, you know, when you let your food like marinate and then like you cook it and then it tastes better the next day and then the next day, it just keeps getting better. This is like what Brooklinen does, but they captured it in bedding. This winter, I am focusing on investing in high quality home goods to create a sanctuary of warmth and coziness. So it's important that you pay attention to the details that will provide lasting comfort during the colder months. So just really quickly, let me just explain to you why I keep going back to Brooklinen. I've chosen Brooklinen time and time again. And if they asked me to, I would do it again because not only do they make it impossible, like they make it, getting out of bed is such an impossible task, especially on those cold mornings because your bed, it just feels like that overnight hotel stay in those cozy, soft sheets. Like, but you get that every day at your house. And on average, people spend about a third of their lives in their bed. You could double that for me. Brooklinen sheets are tried and true. They have over 100,000 5+ star ratings and reviews, which is more than any other sheets company. Numbers, data, they don't lie. I also just love that each of their bedding sets have such a beauty about all of them. Brooklinen pays a lot of attention to detail with all of the patterns that you can mix and match. Since adding Brooklinen to my bedding rotate, actually all of my stuff it's not even a rotation anymore. I just rotate Brooklinen products. But since adding them to my house, I feel as though everything looks elevated. Everything on my bed right now, with the exception of these two pillows, are Brooklinen. I have Brooklinen's Luxe Hardcore Bundle, which comes with a core sheet set, extra pillowcases, and a duvet cover. So instead of buying the individual items, you can go ahead and just save 25% by purchasing the Hardcore Luxe Bundle. This bundle includes their best-selling Luxe Sateen sheets that are the ultimate bedding upgrade. They're perfect for elevating your sheet game as they feature a 480 thread count and an overall luminous finish. You can choose to mix and match from 20 colors and patterns to fit your particular style. And it's just as simple as going on their website. You can do it from your phone while you're sitting in your bed, because when I tell you that you're not going to want to leave it, you're not. I honestly don't want to leave my bed right now. But I know that the day must go on. Here it is. It's as simple as going on their website, scrolling through, clicking and mixing and matching your favorite pattern. So if you want to have a different color duvet than your sheets, you can do it because Brooklinen basically said, you get to choose. We are here for you. We are here to suit your home goods needs. Brooklinen is offering my viewers a special discount of 15% off your very first order. Just click the link below down in the description box. Again, thank you so much to Brooklinen for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Okay, now it's time to get up. The next time you see me, we'll hopefully be at this hair appointment. I was supposed to have a hair appointment at 8 o'clock, but Nature just texted me and says she needs 9 o'clock. So I'm here very early, but that's okay. I'm not even gonna complain because I'm here. God woke me up this morning, blessed me with the funds to get my hair done. I even got some Starbucks. If you haven't seen in my last vlog, I stopped getting like actual drinks from there and just getting shots of espresso on ice and then putting my own almond milk and coffee creamer in the drink because it's so much cheaper and it tastes a lot better, and I can also control the amount of sugar that's going in, so it's like perfect. I actually might go to Wegmans today to see if I can purchase more of the sugar cookie creamers, like just buy like 4 or 5 of them so I have them in the fridge, and if I need to put them in the freezer I will. But like, I drink it consistently. Like if I had it every day, I would drink it every single day without getting sick of it. But we're here right now, so I'm actually about to do a little Bible study in the car. It's actually perfect because now I get to like spend some intentional time with the Lord. Let me just make sure I have enough for this girl. Yeah, so we are I'm gonna do Bible study, but I guess I'll just let you know what I'm doing with my hair if you guys haven't been following along. I had this little peekaboo like blonde on the side, but I was like, oh no, I think that the blonde eats, so I want blonde highlights all over my head. So that's what we're getting today. She's gonna take down my entire install, wash it, re-braid it down, and then do another sew one, but this time adding more blonde highlights all over my head, which is so exciting because I've been wanting it for so long. I just didn't want to go too crazy on the first day getting the blonde and then being like, I hate it. I definitely think that it's cute. You can barely even see it on the side. Also, the hair is super greasy right now. We're down bad. We're down big bad, but I wanted to stretch it, and yesterday I wore a hat to work, so it didn't make it any better. It probably made it even more greasy, but that's okay. What other life updates can I give you? I can't see out of my left eye clearly because so I ordered contacts, right? I ordered contacts 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, they're taking a very long time to get here. And I looked at my email last night and it said that my order was put on hold because my prescription expired. Whatever that means. So I had to take some tests on America's Best, like online yesterday, testing to see what my vision was, but my contact is blurry and I don't have an extra one, and it's my fault. I fumbled here because I know I should have put the order in like 2 months ago. I also need to find like an eye care specialist or like an America's Best out here in Maryland. I just have yet to do that. So they said that the exam that I took on the computer last night does not replace getting an actual eye exam, but I'm pretty sure they'll send me my prescription. So hopefully we get some contacts soon because I'm not walking out of the house with these glasses on. I'm not going to do it. I will walk around blind, and that nobody wants that because I'd have to drive blind, and nobody wants that. So that is like really the only update I feel like I have right now. I don't know. I'm gonna do some Bible study, but I also got, I think I was telling you guys about my journal that I got from Papier. I love this. I haven't written in it in a few days, so I want to write in that today. I'm probably going to write in that before I actually do my Bible study, just because I didn't do my gratitude this morning. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna journal first real quick because gratitude has been so big for me, and Bishop said it. I should stop calling him Bishop. Apostle Jason Nelson said, thank you goes a long way. And that really resonated with me because there are times where I wish that people would tell me thank you on a daily basis for the things that I do, and I don't get it. But like when I hear it, it like makes my heart melt. If I could be that grateful for everything that God has done for me, just telling him thank you, even if I don't have any other words to say, but thank you. People know. Because Nature, we're leaving. sure.
What's 4 plus 4?
She did it. Every single time.
Because I did your hair. I did your hair.
Okay, well, hello, good morning. It's the next day. We did not get back on camera yesterday. I had a little bit of a family emergency, and so I was not able to film, but we are back. We are back today, and I wanted to just start the morning off strong. First of all, let's get into the hair. We have more blonde. I think it is super duper cute. My head hurts so bad, but nature did her thing as always, okay? Like, I'm never ever doubting her ability. One thing about this girl, she can do some hair, and that she did. I love it. I'm even almost more tempted to go more blonde the next time, but you know what? Baby steps, baby steps. It eats. It eats. The blonde just definitely eating the girls up. And when I get like cute and glam, I just know we left no crumbs. But anyway, so yesterday I was telling you guys in the car that I was going to do Bible study, but I wasn't actually able to film Bible study. So I actually woke up this morning with it so heavily in my spirit, or on my spirit, that I should study the book of Ecclesiastes. And it's actually been a long time since I've actually sat down and studied, like pulled out my study binder. Cause you know me, I be taking the notes. Like I go through an entire book. I broke the binder by accident. The little screw thingy came out. But like, you know me, I'm gonna take an entire book and I'm gonna give it its own heading, like Ruth. It's inverted, just go with me, Ruth. And then like literally I took notes, in detail notes of each chapter of Ruth. Like I'm not playing. When this binder comes out, that means I'm about to go in depth, and it's going to take me some time. It usually takes me, depending on how long the book is, anywhere between like 45 and 60 days. Sometimes it even takes longer with one book, because when I'm studying, I'm actually studying, I'm being intentional. And so I thought this would be a good, like, actually we could do a Bible study together right now, like a full-blown Bible study, which I think is really exciting because I've never actually done one on my channel. I'm definitely in the process of making like Bible study videos, but I also had to like sit myself down and come to the realization that I can't put out content if I'm not actively doing the things, studying the things I want to talk about. This is very real and honest, right? Like I told you, I am a prayer. I will pray till I'm blue in the face. But sometimes I have this hard time of picking up my Bible, and I want all this wisdom, I want all of this knowledge, and I just want it to just come to me. I don't want to work for it. And that's not how this works. So today I'm just very excited because I woke up and I actually read this entire chapter. I broke some things down, but I just kind of wanted to explain what I typically do. So if you want to grab your Bibles, you guys can go ahead and grab your Bibles at this time. Today I'm studying Ecclesiastes chapter 1, the entire chapter. And so basically I just want to share some things that I do to study a chapter. So I'm going to stay on Ecclesiastes chapter 1 probably for the next few days. The way I move is this. Okay, so usually when I am studying a text, I have multiple translations. So the two that I love to use are the Amplified version and the CSB translation. Here's my Amplified. Here is the CSB. So I start with the CSB Bible because in the CSB Bible, in the version that I have, it actually gives us an introduction to Ecclesiastes. So it has this page right here. I know it's inverted, just go with me. It's inverted, but down here it gives me an introduction to the book of Ecclesiastes. And then on the next page, it has like circumstances of writing. So the reason that we wrote it, who's the author, the message and the purpose, and then its contribution to the Bible. So I always read that before I go into the actual text. So anytime I start a new book, I'm starting with that intro to that specific text, right? Then I don't start reading the CSB Bible. I go right into the Amplified version. I read the entire Amplified version. I highlight what stands out to me, what questions I have, and that's all I do. I don't write anything down. Then I go back to the CSB Bible and I read the CSB translation and all of the footnotes that it has on the bottom, all of the breakdowns, just to get some extra clarification. I highlight what's in there and then I set that aside. Okay, so I haven't written anything down yet. Then I go to the Tony Evans Bible commentary. You can use any Bible commentary that you like. I just love the verbiage and terminology and just the way that he breaks down everything that you just read in like my language and my simple terms. So this is the one that I use. I purchased all of these Bibles and commentaries on Amazon. You can find them in my Amazon storefront down below. But then I go to this. Once I start delving into this, I go piece by piece. So I then go back and I cross-reference, okay, let's look at verses 1 through 3 in both the Amplified and the CSB. Once I've identified the things that I've highlighted and I have questions for, I go to the commentary, I read that. Then I take specific notes and I write that down. You'll be able to see my actual notes momentarily and we're gonna go through them together, but I'm actually going to read the word today. I will put it up on the screen so that you guys have it as well. So if you don't have a Bible, don't feel bad. I will have it all typed out and accessible to you. Okay, so I am reading from the Amplified because it's the easiest, I think, to understand, at least for me, but feel free to use your own translation. I'm reading chapter 1, verses 1 through 18, and it reads, "The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all that is done without God's guidance is vanity, futile, meaningless, a wisp of smoke, a vapor that vanishes, merely chasing the wind. What advantage does man have from all his work, which he does under the sun, while earthbound? One generation goes and another generation comes, but the earth remains forever. Also, the sun rises and the sun sets, and hurries to the place where it rises again. The wind blows toward the south, then circles toward the north. The wind circles and swirls endlessly, and on its circular course, the wind returns. All the rivers flow into the sea, yet the sea is not full. To the place where the rivers flow, there they flow again. All things are wearisome, and all words are frail. Man cannot express it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor is the ear filled with hearing. That which has been is that which will be again, and that which has been done is that which will be done again. So there is nothing new under the sun. Is there anything of which it can be said, see this? It is new. It has already existed for the vast ages of time, recorded or unrecorded, which were before us. There is no remembrance of earlier things, nor also of the later things that are to come. There will be for them no remembrance by generations who will come after them. I, the preacher, have been king over Israel and Jerusalem, and I set my mind to seek and explore by man's wisdom all human activity that has been done under heaven. It is a miserable business and a burdensome task which God has given the sons of men with which to be busy and distressed. I have seen all the works which have been done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity, a futile grasping and chasing after the wind. What is crooked cannot be straightened, and what is defective and lacking cannot be counted. I spoke with my heart, saying, behold, I have acquired great human wisdom and experience, more than all who were over Jerusalem before me, and my mind has observed a wealth of moral wisdom and scientific knowledge. And I set my mind to know practical wisdom, and to discern the character of madness and folly, in which men seem to find satisfaction. I realize that this too is a futile grasping and chasing after the wind. For in much human wisdom there is much displeasure and exasperation. Increasing knowledge increases sorrow. So one thing, before I even jump into anything, one thing the Bible is not going to do is sugarcoat things. They're not going to be shy about confronting the painful truths of life. The Bible is not afraid to hit you with reality, okay? No matter how painful the truth may be. It's the truth. It's not going to give you any hollow, shallow answers. It's not going to sugarcoat anything for you. Life is hard. God knows that life is hard, and there are hard realities that we have to face daily. And we should expect, while in this life, to expect hardships. And so what I love about this book so far is that it is not comforting, at least not yet. It's not comforting, but I still see the beauty in it, because sometimes you just need to be told like it is. So the motto of the book of Ecclesiastes is essentially everything is futile. Futile, F-U-T-I-L-E. I'm gonna say futile. So the study portion of this is me taking down any terminology, any phrases that need further clarification, also asking reflective questions or things that God just places in my spirit. I write it down. So in the very first day of me taking this text, I'm looking at definitions, I'm highlighting phrases that need further breakdown, and asking reflective questions, things that stood out to me, right? Writing out the things that I noticed, writing out the things that I'm still wondering. That's day one. Tomorrow when I pick this up again, I'll reread it and I'll probably I'll chunk it, maybe take 3 verses at a time, study that, write as much as I can about them, and then move on to the next section the next day. Anytime I start a new book in the Bible, I always write a little cover page. You don't have to write it. I'll show you what mine looks like right over here. You can see it. It just simply says that this is the book of Ecclesiastes. The author is David's son Solomon, that it is wisdom literature, and then it just talks about the motto, what futile means, and then just sharing that the book of Ecclesiastes faces the issue of how we can find meaning in life in light of the seemingly futile nature of everything. Now, going into futile, because it's mentioned a gajillion times in this first chapter. And so the definition that I came across, futile means incapable of producing any useful result, pointless, meaningless. So we get the picture. So now when you hear this word, you can read it from that understanding. I wrote down some notes from a few verses. The verses that I took were verses 2, 3, 13, and 18. So from verse 2, it reads, "Vanity of vanities, says the preacher. Vanity of vanities. All that is done without God's guidance is vanity, futile, meaningless." And in the CSB version, it says, "Absolute futility, says the teacher. Absolute futility. Everything is futile." So the first note that I wrote down in my notes is that vanity is futile. Again, just reiterating what futile means. It means incapable of producing any useful result, pointless or meaningless. And then I said, everything that is done without God's guidance is vanity. It's pointless. Nothing should be done without God's guidance. And so my reflection question for myself, because this is where I put those questions in, I said, what things in my life have I done without God's guidance? What things am I currently trying to do without God's guidance? So this is a question that only you will be able to answer. What things are you trying to rush? What areas are you trying to take shortcuts in? This could be for a job. It could be for financial breakthrough. It could be for your kingdom spouse. It could be for a business opportunity that maybe God said not yet, and you're not content with your not yet. So that is the first question. I don't answer it today. I give myself a few days to reflect on this question, and I answer them right before moving into the next chapter. I also put down in here that a life lived away from God or disconnected from God is not truly living. It's a counterfeit or a substitute of the real deal. So in real people words, without God, life is empty. It's nothing more than the temporary things we use to fill it. This right here punched me in my face, because it's like everything else that's going on in life, every endeavor, every vision, everything that I'm trying to accomplish right now, first of all, without God, pointless, don't try it. God does not cut corners. But God is not temporary. Everything else is temporary. Money is temporary. God is forever. He's consistent and he's forever. So far, this is just like the basic level. These are just like surface area things I'm pulling directly from the text, things that just come to my mind quickly, questions that I have for myself that I want to keep in mind. Moving on to verse number 3. Verse number 3 reads, "What advantage does man have from all his work, which he does under the sun while earthbound?" So this term under the sun, there's literally a whole like section or heading called under the sun. The Bible's verbiage, the terminology is very intentional. So I saw that under the sun. What does that mean? What are they referencing? So just for further clarification, I put down that under the sun is referencing living life from an earthly perspective, because it's where we do everything. Okay, so under the sun, it's like every experience that we do here on earth, that we have here on earth. So my reflection question from this verse is, what does a person gain for all of their earthly efforts? I'll take it even further. What is the lasting benefit of what I'm currently doing? If you have your answer right away, great. But I don't, so it's going to take me some time. It might not even happen within this week, because there's a lot of things you have to examine within yourself. This is a part of Bible study that people tend to negate, they tend to overlook, because you think, oh, I'll just read my Bible and just memorize the scripture. But without actually applying it to your life, you're never going to be intentional, because it's just words. But you've got to get the words from off the paper and have them start merging into your life. How can you apply this? How does this apply to me? Why read it if you don't think it applies to you? So if you're reading it, it's because you know the word applies to you, but now you need to identify, you have to take this responsibility and identify how it applies. In what areas of your life is this word directly speaking to? You might think it doesn't, but when I tell you, after you meditate on it for a few days, you're literally gonna be like, whoa, but you actually have to get to that point. And I know it's not easy, because for me, It's been hard to pick up my Bible lately, but I woke up today and I said enough is enough. I should have said this in the beginning, but basically the background information on this is King Solomon is just describing his experiences of life, from life, okay? He's recounting his experiences and he's kind of like, I've been there, done that. And when I tell you, I've done all this great stuff, I have all this wisdom, I've accomplished all these things, life is futile, okay? So he basically says, like, as the world operates in its set ways, the sun gonna rise and it's gonna set. The moon's gonna rise and it's gonna go down. The wind is gonna blow. East, west, up, down. So as the world operates in its set ways, life is predictable, okay? So that's basically what he's saying. Now I'm gonna skip over to verse 13. And again, I want you to write down as many notes that apply to you, what stands out to you. This is just what stood out to me. In verse 13, it reads, "And I set my mind to seek and explore by man's wisdom all human activity that has been done under heaven. It is a miserable business and a burdensome task which God has given the sons of men with which to be busy and distressed." I wrote down for verse 13 that in order for us to obtain wisdom, we must set and apply our mind to seeking wisdom. It doesn't just come. You can ask God for wisdom, but you also have to do your part. You have to set your mind and apply your mind to actually seek wisdom. It takes work. And a lot of us don't want to do the work, myself included. So I'm really talking about me. Another note that I wrote, I said, Solomon tried it all and he found that it is all futile, simply just the pursuit of the wind. And so when you hear a pursuit of the wind, it's like trying to grasp the wind as it blows. Try grabbing the wind as it blows. It never happens. And so I made note that we are striving after something we cannot obtain. So my next reflection question is, what am I, Rihanna, striving after? And will I ever be able to obtain it? And then finally from verse 18, this is the last verse of the chapter. It reads, "For in much human wisdom, there is much displeasure and exasperation. Increasing knowledge increases sorrow." So I just said, with much wisdom is much sorrow. As knowledge increases, grief increases. And we already know this. I feel like this is common sense, but there are some things in life that we wish we didn't know. It's like the more you seek, the more you find out, the more your knowledge increases, the more you know, the more your pain increases. And this actually was such a gut punch today because I've never been a person to snoop, not through someone's personal business. Like, I am an academic, so I love to learn more. I love to go deeper. I like to learn as much as I can. I like to look through multiple sources, chew the meat, spit out the bones, right? And I found yesterday, just having a conversation with someone, that I wanted more information about something, but I know that when I find out the information, it's just gonna hurt me. So like, Holy Spirit is just like, Rihanna, please. Rihanna, please. If you go seeking it, the more you're gonna find out. So you also have to be in a posture to receive what you're about to find out, but also to deal with it. Because what if I feel like this is a definition of like, you found exactly what you were looking for and you hurt your own feelings because you didn't have to go looking for the information, but you did. And so you found the answer and it wasn't the answer you were looking for, and now you're butthurt. That's the equivalent of what I read. Like, that's what I got from that. So that is just like my breakdown of Ecclesiastes 1 right now. Today is the first day. I will probably not move on from this until like Thursday. I need a few days. I want everybody to understand though too, is that there is no rush. Sometimes you might need 2 weeks on a chapter. You might even need 2 weeks on a verse. There is no rush. We don't read the Bible just to say that we read the Bible, because reading without intention, without understanding is pointless. It's futile. It's meaningless. It's pointless. We read the word so that we can understand and see ourselves and our situations and our circumstances within the text. It's so untrue that we're not represented in the Bible. The things that we go through today are not represented in the Bible. That's not true. I used to say when I was younger, I don't read the Bible because I don't understand it. It doesn't apply to me. And then I'm like, when you stop being so literal and you start really looking and then applying it to your life, because you can apply something from a chapter to your life. Mine is multiple things. I can apply multiple things, even things that you didn't even know needed work, or areas that were actually going wrong or need some attention. They need to be brought to the light. Let the light from the word illuminate those areas in your life so that God can do his work and continue to grow you. So hopefully that was beneficial, because I wish that I had somebody walk me through the text at a pace and in language that I could understand. But definitely the things that you need to take from this is get multiple translations, whichever ones you want to use. The Amplified and the CSB have been very beneficial to me. The NIV, NLT are also really good as well. These two are my go-to every single time. I just feel like they have the most resources when it comes to breaking it down, breaking down definitions, and giving that background information of what's actually going on during that time period, just giving that extra context to what the speaker is talking about. Getting multiple translations, clarifying any definitions, writing down your reflection questions, your notice and wonders from the text, and then spend some time on it. Go back and revisit it. I'm gonna come back and revisit this over the next few days, but you have to do the work. And it doesn't have to take a long time. And it's just something that helps me learn more about myself. And the more that I can learn about myself, the more I can find my identity in Christ and remain anchored in Christ. So that is this little Bible study. I hope this wasn't really that long. I feel like I've been talking for a while, but yeah. Talk about hours later. All right, it is 6:28. I haven't spoken to you guys pretty much at all today besides Bible study because there's no excuse. I was being lazy. I was procrastinating. I decided to watch movies on Netflix, scroll for hours on my phone, and I have to admit that I was in my own head. I'm in the way of myself right now because I'm battling between what God said to me and what I can physically see. And so I feel like if the Lord does not sit me down right now, I will self-sabotage, and that's not what I want at all. I don't want to extend the process. I don't want to prolong it. I just want to have faith and just, wait on him regardless of what it looks like. But when I tell you, it's hard to look at something that you've been praying on and it is not happening. So I don't know. But anyway, so to distract myself, I have a sister call at 7, but it's 6:30 right now, and I'm actually going to bake some cookies because I feel like baking helps me feel better. So I figured we could just kind of bake some cookies together. I'm making these brown butter. For somebody who does not like butter, brown butter just be hitting in these cookies. Brown butter toffee chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, they sound really good. So I already technically started. I was debating if I wanted to do this a little cooking show, okay, and then you're gonna take your flour and do this, and then you're gonna brown your butter and do this. And I was like, maybe that could be kind of a new idea format for meal preps. I have no idea, but I don't have a cooking show, but maybe I should prepare. Maybe that'll be something that's in the future for me, who knows? But I don't know if I really feel like that right now. I will link the recipe down below. I found it right on Pinterest because Pinterest is that girl, okay? Anything you need, outfit ideas, apartment setup, aesthetics, recipes, you name it, she's got it. All right, so I actually did the brown butter portion. I browned it and then I added in my brown sugar and white sugar. So that's what that is. And then I had to add it while it was hot and then let it cool until it's room temperature. And it is just that now, so I can move on to the next step. So I'm just gonna what am I gonna do? Tis a great question. Okay. All right, maybe we'll just do a montage because the granddaughters is calling. Oh, okay. Say it one more time. You want to say hi?
Hello, vlog.
It's the granddaughters.
With Nelly Wop and Ray Boogie.
Ray Boogie and Nelly Wop is crazy.
So just like your father. Ray Boogie.
Ray Boogie. Khadijah Nicole Nelson Bradley.
Deej is, I love it.